I was like, if it hits gonna be like Hurricane Milton came to Illinois.
Dude, it's been so long. I've forgotten how to do everything here.
Oh man, yeah. You know, so do I. I mean, I didn't even know. I was like, I forgot we did this stuff. I'm like,
yeah. Once upon a time. Oh my God.
Once upon
it's
a
been
hiatus.
so long. I guess I should address that right off the top.
Yeah, you know, we got into some controversy. We got canceled for about a month.
How dare you, Brian? Don't put that evil on us. No, man, this happens. It seems like this is happening once a year where everything kind of just collapses on me. A lot of personal stuff, but also, you know, my mental state. You know, have a lot of stuff. I'm always busy, man, you know. And then when I edit these episodes, I become even more busy. And usually that's not an issue, but on this specific, referring to last month, it just kind of all, you know,
piled up,
you know. So here, cheers to Halloween, Brian.
Cheers to happy Halloween.
But yeah, so, you know, to finish what I was saying, you know, like, just me basically editing all of this shit. And then the fact that I had a lot of personal stuff kind of just coincided. So we did what we did last time. We took a month off.
We took a month off, but this time it was September, the better month to take a month off.
So when we take a month off, really what that means is it translates to 2 months, you know, because that's just kind of how the episodes fall. It's towards the end of the month and whatnot. But here we are. For Halloween.
Back from our 2-month hiatus.
God damn it.
Yeah.
No, I know that's just going to stay.
I mean, I don't mind the 1 month off, just as long as it's not on October. Please don't make it October.
Yeah. No, dude, it's spooky month. It's my favorite. You know, we've done some of these, you know, specifically Halloween episodes in the past.
Halloween.
One of my favorite episodes, the one that I'm so salty about and I bring up all the time, it had like a lot of stuff that we never did before. We did like a Q&A and all that. And I just love, look at this set, guys. I just love doing this, you know? So like when we have like a Christmas set or like, you know, you can't really do anything for Thanksgiving.
Well, because nobody's thankful for anything, including me, but yeah.
Oh my God. That's dark. But yeah, Brian, so Jesus Christ, we have a lot of catching up to do. But
yeah, I mean,
let's just do bullet points, I guess. Brian, go. What have you been up to for the past 2 months?
Oh, for the past 2 months, I mean, there was that. August was a month break from shows, so I wasn't playing any shows at all. September, I played one show, which was the 200 Stab Wounds and Nails after show at Livewire. That was like a late night show.
Okay.
It was pretty neat, you know. Then, yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. Oh, yeah, there was also Korn. I saw Korn.
Ooh, I was there too.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Korn and Gojira, baby.
Gojira, Spirit Box. I was freaking out when I saw Spirit Box. I was like, finally, I get to see them.
Dude, they are so incredibly tight. And, you know, there's always, like, a lot of debate whether, you know, using tracks and stuff. Like, a lot of boomer musicians harp on the whole using tracks. Not me, dude. I love it. Allegiant, every single time they come through, all of their stuff is, like, in you know, like a Studio One rig. So, like, every time, you know, they end a song, there's a click track waiting, and all of their intros are on it,
yeah,
you know? And
yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Well, I mean, I do see both sides of the argument. I mean, most notably, Veil of Maya, most of their stuff is through like,
yeah,
a majority of theirs is, it's like, it's sort of, I guess that's a good example, because, like, they don't play every single thing that goes on. No. It's just...
But Spirit Box has a lot of beep boop noises.
Beep boop, 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 bop noises. Yeah, no, but it fits pretty well. I like it. It was pretty cool. Gojira was just awesome. Korn played, like, I think, 18 songs that night?
Oh, yeah. Jesus. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I wasn't not really much of the Korn fan.
See, that's the thing. I'm not much of a Korn fan either, but when he pulled out the bagpipes, I was like, oh, that's pretty dope.
They were awesome, and he sounds identical to the
I was about to say, I was like, damn, that is so close. I'm just like, damn, these guys actually sound like tight,
perfect.
Like perfect. It's, you know, like there's obviously some bands that could still, you know, sound like how they used to, back then. Not everyone does. Metallica was like,
Kurt Hammett.
yeah. Well, I'm referring to James Hetfield because there's so many eras of James Hetfield that we've gotten. You know, you had the earlier stages, and then when he starts out, he's been stuck on that "ooh yeah" top of
Ooh yeah.
Yeah, nothing. But I mean,
very
when it comes to Korn, it's like very rarely do you encounter a legacy band just still sounding like the exact like how it is on the albums. I'm like, holy fucking shit.
Gojira to me was just the best out of the three, simply because not only were they flawless, but the pyro, all of the
that
visuals
was fucking
and
amazing.
stuff,
The visuals, everything. They played
insane,
the song
dude.
that they opened up at the Olympics, and
a
lot of people were like, "Oh, it's that one song."
Yeah, and then I love that they played that for like, I don't know, maybe like 45 seconds.
It was a 45. I thought it was pretty good.
Song. Yeah.
I think that was a really good length. I mean, everyone remembers the intro. You know, like that's.
Plus, they don't have the opera lady and all that, so unless they're playing tracks, But so you did that, What else? Other shows.
I mean, that's no. I mean, that's all I've done. I haven't gone to like any shows like the.
We tried to go. Well, I tried to go to the DSI show.
Well, yeah, technically we tried, and then I ended up messaging you. It was like, hey,
I'm not going.
No. I didn't say I'm not going. Hey, I think it got canceled because I was gonna buy my ticket the night before.
Oh, okay.
And reserve a spot somewhere nearby. But then I'm like, what's it called? Yeah. So I noticed that it got canceled, and I'm like, hey, Mike, I think this is canceled, and there was no statement issued out for it. Not to mention, they canceled the rest of the tour, actually. You didn't see that?
No. Oh.
Yeah, the remaining dates, they had to cancel them because they had to go back to Florida due to Hurricane Milton. This was like a couple days ago.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
I'm like, suck it, everybody else. If I have to suffer, you do too.
Hey. Not everyone can live through a hurricane, you asshole.
No. I'm referring
you privileged inlander.
I'm not referring to them. I'm referring to the poor souls who also got screwed like me. They can't go to see Deicide and Fury. But I'm just joking,
Well, the thing is, they have something over you. An explanation as to why they didn't play.
Yeah.
Because they didn't say anything about why. No explanation. It just got canceled. That's it. And Fury said, hey, this got canceled due to out of our control. And there's another elephant in the room we got to address. That's pretty much it with DSI. But did you know that Wendy's launched the Krabby Patty recently?
Yes, I did. The Krabby Patty meal. A lot of people, I don't know if the camera can see that.
I'm going to go up there and be like, hey, can I get the...
Like, do you guys have pizzas?
Hi, I'm SpongeBob. No, but yeah, I was like, I didn't know that was a real thing. I thought it was just a meme, but I'm like, huh? Yeah. I got to do that at a drive-thru. It's like, do you guys have the...
But yeah, here's a picture of it. I don't know. What do you think? I think I'm definitely gonna try it. They could have really
maybe
it
could have been a what's in your bag type of episode.
Like, I don't know. You could have did something with the packaging. Do like kelp fries or like kelp soda. You know what I mean?
You can't do the kelp shake. Otherwise, we're gonna start growing hair from every part of our body.
All
of
our
episode.
Orifices. But yeah, no, I just thought, I'm like, I don't know, they could have did a little bit more with the graphic design. As far as it goes, it's just a burger, really, and then that shake, the Frosty. It's like a pineapple Frosty / shake.
Oh,
thing.
shit, I did not know it was that. Nah, it was like...
Which, I'm not really a pineapple fan, but I'm definitely going to try that burger.
So, okay, look, I am a pineapple fan, but not on pizza.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of pineapple on pizza. I'm a firm believer that it doesn't belong. And if you disagree, you have no fucking taste buds. All right.
You should be taken in the back of Wendy's and put a bullet in your head.
Yeah.
Wendy herself.
And I actually tried it. Okay, so you can't be like, don't knock it till you try it. Like, no. I tried it. I gave it a chance for several years, and it continues to let me down.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just think fruit on a pizza is an abomination.
Yeah, it is. But
Yeah.
yeah, aside from
right.
all of that, I mean, that's been
Anything
a little.
else you got going on? You've had some shows.
Oh man, this month is gonna be the busy month. This Saturday we're headlining in Portage, Wisconsin, and so that's our show in Portage, Wisconsin at Studio 301. Slapping a flyer here. The next Saturday, we were supposed to have a show with War Curse, but that got canceled. There's been some kind of crazy issues between a promoter and I guess like a record label. I don't know what's going on. It was supposed to be Michigan City, then got moved to Kokomo. Now it's canceled, but we're doing a last minute show at Foreign Local. We put it together with them, and if there's a flyer, it'll be right here.
And it went well, let's just say.
That's the 19th. That is happening.
No, I'm just saying this will definitely be after that.
Yeah, after this will all be after that. So then
Hopefully everything went well, and there's a clip right here.
Yeah, and then there was also what's it called? We're gonna be playing in Bedford Park for a Hell Over Midway. I almost forgot the name. With
Magoo's?
Yeah, Magoo's with the Bunny and the Bear, the Convalescents, Casket Robbery, who we almost played with when he was in Central Disorder.
I've seen them before. I've never opened up for them.
I've never seen them before. We were supposed to open up for them once, but yeah, they dropped. But yeah,
Convalescence is great. Well, you know, if you like their style of music, they're great. You know?
Yeah, and then this is gonna be this is gonna be happening after the show comes out. But First Step to Glory has another show, or actually, I forgot to mention. Yeah, First Step to Glory has a show before Bedford Park that up in East Dundee. I can't remember the name, but flyer's gonna be over here. No Karen to cancel it this time, and we're also gonna be playing Goth Prom in November 1st at
cool.
Kildare Haunted House.
You're gonna wear eyeliner and you're gonna have like the swoop over your eye.
Yeah, maybe I'll have the swoopy hair. I don't know. I mean, if I have a prom date, which hey,
tonight's the
oh, okay. That's stop. Anyways. Yeah, it's gonna be a busy month. There's also a vegan wrestling event we had in the Icons playing. I think it's that same weekend or the following. I can't remember, but the point is, it's gonna be a busy next 2 months with shows. I think I have 7 of them, or 7 or 8 confirmed now. So it's
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how the total number of shows, but I think I've already surpassed 24, 28. I don't know, maybe 25 around there, maybe.
God
but
damn.
Last year I played 12, and I'm like, wow, I doubled it this year.
I'm jealous, man. I can't wait to start getting.
Be jealous. I'm joking. No, but yeah, it's been pretty awesome. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure you've seen this. But Head in the Icon dropped a little surprise for y'all. We dropped Pay to Pray.
Pay to Pray.
Pay to Pray.
Go check out that single right now. It's available on all the streaming platforms.
And we're going to be playing it on every show, especially Bedford Park, the wrestling event. Only
5 times in a row. It's the same single over and over again.
Over and over again, pretty much get it stuck in your head. Yeah, but we're going to be playing it at every show, whether it's in Wisconsin, Indiana, or Chicago.
You
can't miss it. We've been playing it, but you know what? We're going to play it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's
cool.
I think that's just about it. I mean, why don't we just get to new releases that have come out last month?
I guess we can, Brian. I also went to Riot Fest.
I forgot.
Where the shirt is from. Went to Riot Fest day 1 and day 3. That was awesome. Got to see the ASMR, Halloween ASMR. It wouldn't be complete without some Halloween ASMR here.
But anyways, you went to Riot?
Went to Riot Fest. I'll just speed through it. Went to Riot Fest, saw Slayer, saw Lamb of God, Mastodon, The Offspring, a lot of awesome bands that surprised me, like Sasquatch. It's a dude in a Sasquatch outfit playing a saxophone, which is pretty great. Of course, we saw our very own Chicago locals, Alenia, on day 3.
I forgot. Yeah, they opened.
They were awesome. It was raining that day. I'm like, oh, God damn it. Hopefully they don't get, kind of like what happened with Through and Through.
They got rained out. Pushed back, but...
And then they'd have to go against Slayer or something stupid like that. But no, everything worked out. We saw them. They were great. Had a good crowd.
I will say, I kind of didn't like the fact that they moved it to Douglas because it was supposed to be at SeaPeak Stadium.
Cowards. Hey, you guys are cowards for doing that, by the way.
What I mean, so it's whatever for me, but for the people that made reservations at at the hotel that's by there, it's like, that's
not
rough.
nice.
That's real. That's got to be rough,
But yeah, did that. That was great. I'm sure I have footage. I'll just throw right there of Alenia.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I also saw Megadeth at the beginning of that month.
You actually went?
Yeah, of course.
I
told you I was going. Saw Megadeth. We saw
you
Monday.
Watched him become
Mudvayne.
a god.
Mudvayne.
Dun, 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 dun,
I hate
dun.
Mudvayne, man.
I
did
am
not
not
like
a fan of them, but
Yeah.
when I saw them, I was like, no. When I saw them, I'm like, oh, so that
they're
was
very
like,
talented. I just don't like them. The type of person who would like Mudvayne is the type of person who would also like the Insane Clown Posse. And I just, I'm not in that
funny
pocket
because
of people.
because I used to think they were both the same band. Actually,
Oh, because of the weirdness.
No, I legit thought it. No, I thought they were. I was like, oh yeah, that's not. It's the Insane Clown Posse. But then someone's like, no, that's Mudvayne.
Yeah.
Aren't they the same thing? And like, no, they don't. I mean, they wear makeup, but not.
Yeah.
I was like, it looks similar to me, but
other than those two things, like Jesus Christ, man, I was at a wedding. Obviously Gojira was that month as well. And then, like you may have not seen us for a couple months, but we've seen each other almost every week for the last 2 months because we try to get in as much Magic the Gathering as possible.
So
got a new obsession, guys.
We've picked up the. Well, I mean, it's like what we've been playing since like what July,
Something
August
like
around
that.
there because I picked up the Doctor Who precon. You grabbed the dog meat.
Yeah, dog meat.
Yeah, and then
ever since then
we've just been playing. Like we've been having our little game nights. I should say that last Saturday I bonked Mike really damn bad in the game.
Oh my god,
that was funny. I was like, see let me just address it really quick. Mike was bullying me earlier that week. He turned to me. He's like, so just imagine you or me in this instance, and then because we're right next to each other, he attacked me, and then he turns around. Don't worry, I won't attack you next turn. And then his turn comes around.
First of all,
I'm killing you, and I'm like,
that was not to you.
That was
to Israel.
No,
I made a deal with Israel.
No.
Also,
after you bumped
this isn't even applicable. Who's going to understand any of this?
I mean, you're pretty. It's pretty much a multiplayer game. Last one standing wins. But I was the first one taken down, and he looked at me saying, "I won't attack you anymore, Brian." And I'm like, "Okay, Mike." And then it's like, oh, I attack you. And I'm like, you swindler. So the next time I got the opportunity, the first target of an opportunity was literally Mike. And he was the first to go that one. I was just like, I'm just going to bonk you and not let you do anything, just like you did to me. Wow. And it's funny because I was expecting to lose that game, and I ended up winning the whole thing. So I was like, hey.
Yeah, I kind of felt I had to go to work, and I'm like,
I was like, here, Michael, send you to work early.
I'm leaving Brian with my work friends, and I'm like, they'll probably be fine, But
and then I was like,
so this has been the obsession, and honestly, we've been talking about this for a while. I don't want to disclose details, but I would love to do like a little series. Separate, obviously, from Shreddy Bois, but still in the Shreddy Bois universe about maybe us playing a little Magic.
What are we doing? Shuffle up and play?
Oh my god!
I mean, I could be the professor. I'm like, I have the hairs. Anyways, I mean, you might see us play. You might see me get into a heated confrontations and be like, "You should attack him, not me." Yeah, it gets very political. It's pretty fun. It does
get political.
Yeah, it really
is true. And then my brother's just in the corner, like, "Don't look at me. I'm making cats." Or whatever.
Your brother makes some of the most like abominations. Yeah. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like I don't even get mad. I was like, this is so funny. But then it's like whenever I become the threat, he's like, hey, take him down. I'm like, yeah. I see what you're doing.
He's like, And then I do this, which triggers that. That allows me to.
You know what's
draw.
funny?
Do you want me to explain why you lose? And you're like, wait, what?
It's funny how he says it so calm. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen it all. I've done this to several people already.
He's like, hey, and you lose. And I'm like,
He sounds like a
wait,
veteran
what?
from Vietnam when he explains it.
Yeah. But yeah, we're playing that. And that's.
And then not to mention, Mike hasn't gotten his new precon, so that's another.
That's a whole thing. There's a new series, guys. If you actually pay attention.
Pretty
to
much
Magic.
almost each new set comes with pre-constructed commander decks.
Yeah.
This is the last one for the year, by the way, from what I heard. I ended up grabbing, I'll just put a picture of it. I got Death Toll. He's supposed to get Endless Punishment. And before we started recording, he said he also had his eye on Death Toll. And I was like, copycat. I'm joking.
Well, hey, man, I did my research, and by research at the time, there was no info, but they had descriptions of all of the decks, and I'm like, okay, so Endless Punishment, first and foremost, seems like my type of deck. Second was Death Toll because of, like, you know, the mechanic. And then the other two, I was like, yeah, these are cool, I just don't see me using them. But yeah, I ordered that deck through Amazon like a fool. And they just have delayed my thing indefinitely. They haven't given me any kind of date. Nothing. So
he was supposed to get it like what, on the 1st, I think, and then they moved it to the 7th, and then the 7th came and went.
Now
it's like it hasn't been shipped.
Yeah,
like,
as of recording right now, I still don't have it. So we'll see. I don't even care. I mean, yeah, I do care, but whatever, man. I don't even care. But yeah, so that's what we've been doing lately, you know. A lot of random stuff, but yeah, you kind of got
lots
the gist of it,
stuff, yeah.
You know.
But aside from that, I mean, we could also get into new releases that have come out.
Let's do it. Let's go into what you listening to? Is that what
I'm guessing,
the segment is called? Here's the segment title card. First and foremost, Brian, I think we should get this out there. We have some local metal that has recently come out, and right now, well, actually, I think maybe, I don't know when this is coming out, but Dismalimerance
just
released their follow-up to this album, Tome 2. So they
not to be mistaken with Time 2.
Don't even.
I know, just joking.
That's funny though. That there's literally a difference of one letter.
Tome is like
Tome
not
time.
To be mistaken with Time 2.
But yeah, guys, right now they released a brand new album that's on all of the streaming platforms.
Yeah, but I mean, by the time this comes out, but
you might be wondering, who the heck are these guys? Well, they're the guys who helped us with the beginning of this riff challenge that you just listened to at the beginning of the episode.
And if you actually watched the Christmas special, they were on there as well for a fun little game. I can't remember which game, but yeah,
we play some pretty sinister games, but they were down. I remember we had so much fun on that episode.
Yeah, it was funny.
It was the latest Christmas episode, that much I do remember. But yeah, guys, go check out their album. Hopefully, maybe the entire time that we've been talking, there's like a little track of theirs playing in the background. Maybe.
Possibly. But yeah, the first track they released, which, you know what, I should just pull up right now. And my volume is low, so you won't be having me like, Relics of Woe. When I listened to that song, I was like, this is very excellent. It's an excellent track. I fucking love it. I love the ending. That transition to the ending, you know, where you have that cling part just come in. I'm like,
yeah, man,
perfection.
And obviously, we're recording beforehand. We have not heard the album yet, but just based off of their first album and just what they sound like in general, we know that this is going to be a fantastic album.
It's going to be a banger, you know. Like I said, unlike Time 2, this one's going to be good.
Go check it out. Tome 2, Dismalimerance. And another one that has released some new music, I don't know if you're familiar with them, Brian, but Misanthropy.
Yeah, we saw them open up for Imperi.
Okay, yeah, Misanthropy's great. They've been in the scene for a while now. Vicious Attack has had the pleasure of sharing the stage with them several times. And at this time currently, they have released 2 brand new songs.
So their upcoming album, right?
I am going to cut this part out slightly so that I can pull it up on my phone.
You can't remember the name.
I cannot remember the name. The 2 songs that they've released is Condemned to a Nameless Tomb and The All-Devouring. So,
off of their upcoming album, The Ever-Crushing Weight of Stagnance.
I am not a good host, or else I would have looked up the release date of this album beforehand. But we're going to put the release date right here. Okay. There's the release date. Go check out these 2 singles, guys. They're amazing, produced extremely well. The artwork, I'm going to post it right here. It looks really awesome. They have, currently right now, they have like a visualizer kind of video for each of the singles. But, you know, maybe in the future they'll do some music videos. But these guys are awesome. I've always thought that, you know, when Vicious Attack would play with them, I'm like, God damn.
Same here. When I first saw them, I was like, God damn.
Yeah. They're awesome.
I'm like, they're fucking killer.
Kevin is you know, he's been a buddy of mine. He was on back in the day episode of Coffee Time, and he was on, I think he was the first person, maybe second, of Rift City. So me and him definitely have some history, and he's a phenomenal musician. And Brian, he should be your best friend because he is also the biggest Kiesel guy in the world.
All right, you heard that, Kevin. You're my best friend now.
Yeah, you're best friends.
And yeah, no, that's pretty dope. I'm super stoked to listen to their album. So there's I think that's my phone doing it. Or, no, it's yours. Never mind.
Mine,
so there was another band that released some new music, a new EP, if anything. I'm pretty sure you remember these guys. Our president's in that band as well. Errors of Humanity released as an existential.
You really threw me off.
President Chastain.
Yeah, President Chastain.
Yeah, no, he's
flying in for practice.
Flying.
Helicopter. Just drops on top of the building.
Okay, so they dropped an EP on the 27th of September called Existential Nihilism, and holy fuck is it a nasty EP. Like, holy.
They released a music video for it that was like, God damn, this is insane.
It's fucking insane, you know. Like, I was like, holy shit, I'm proud of them boys. You know, they sounded great since the first day we saw them. You know, they were dressed as the Mario Bros.
Yeah.
And I think what else had aside from local bands, any more releases? Or
I think it's most important in this time of political turmoil that you support our president. President Chastain.
Yeah, I would never forget when I saw the video that you made.
I don't know if I ever talked about it. I remember because of the what was it, the Pride Fest?
The Pride Metal Fest is coming back. Oh, they changed the name, by the way. Actually.
We had did that thumbnail, and everyone loved it so much and memed on it, and stickers were created.
See, the thing is, it's been memed on before, but then that's when I showed you. I'm like, oh look, there's been something that's been popping up everywhere, and then I had the Pokemon card, and then the other one.
We made the joke on the episode, and then we're like, hey, you know what? I have an idea, and then I talked to him. And he was so 100% down.
Yeah,
and we're like, holy, like me and him were both like, we're gonna break the internet.
And break the internet, we did, because it was hilarious. So many people viewed it.
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit, this is fun.
I think it only made people happy, and I think it helped a little bit.
Yeah, no, definitely. And plus, I was gonna say, so they were called Chicago Metal Pride Fest or Pride Metal Fest. I can't remember. It's like one of the names is one, like, you know, but they recently changed to just Pride Metal Fest. I don't know why, but they're gonna reveal it soon. So if I missed the announcement or if I don't know if they have anything, but if in case they do and we missed it before recording this, we'll just plaster it on
right there.
Right there. But yeah, it's funny. It was a meme, but yeah, I mean, he's in like 4 bands. It's crazy.
It's pretty crazy, man. And then I mean, yeah, locally I can't think of anything else, but you know, the most important thing came out while we were taking
the most important meal
hiatus.
of the day, serving it up Gary's way. Well, a couple of good releases from, you know, touring bands came out.
Yeah.
You had Nile releasing a new album. There was also Oceano, Living Chaos. That album was sick.
Oh shit.
Peeling Flesh, the G Code. That was fucking dope. I love my trap metal. Same thing with Nails, Every Bridge Burning. But now the big, I mean, Trap Slam is hilarious. But there's the elephant in the room. That would be Servitude by the Black Dahlia Murder. Now, I was an emotional wreck listening to it because, unlike Linkin Park's return with a new album, and that's also maybe something we'll talk about a little bit. But that was unfolding. This one was, a very, well received. Well, I mean, they've been back, but like the album was extremely well received. Yes, it's no longer Trevor. That's the elephant in the room in this album. There was no tracks that had him in there. It's all Brian, but there were some points where I thought I was hearing Trevor. I'm like, is that? No, it's. Yeah. I was like, he sounds very similar, but honestly, the album is a masterpiece. I was kind of worried it was, going to be something different, but no. They continue to prove that they're still like one of the greatest, because I mean it wasn't just Trevor that made the band. It was like they had a band, like they're not just like every band has that one member that makes them the sound they are, but no, this is like it's the whole band that just does it. I mean, Brian Knight's inclusion, for the first time since like Abysmal.
It's awesome.
It's fucking awesome. Great. Yeah, he sounds great. Like it's just insane. There was I think there was 3 songs written by Brandon, 3 songs by Ryan, 3 songs by Brian too, and I was like, man, that's insane.
You
3
could really hear like, oh, here we go. This is when this person is going in for a solo.
Yeah, and you can tell right away.
Their styles are different, but also very complementary at the same time.
Yeah, very. And I thought it was fucking amazing. I love Panic Hysteric. The music video is beautiful as well because you had people with a sign saying the legacy continues with Trevor, and it's like great to have you back. But there's a lot of positive reception. Them continuing on, unlike Linkin Park. So I mean, we can talk about this app, right now because they came back with this.
Talk about it a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, it's already passed, but there was a
metal news. SSBN, right?
Yeah, SBNN. Yeah.
SBNN. What's on your mind, Brian?
Yeah, well, okay. I was talking before you interrupted me with
that for the title card
intro. Linkin Park did a comeback show/stream that I think they had people sign NDAs, to not say anything about it.
Yeah.
So they came back and they had a female singer. I can't remember her name. We'll just slap it on there, but. I heard her. I mean, I've never been the biggest fan of Linkin Park, but I'm not like I'm serious. I've never been into them like that. But when I heard her sing, like, because I've heard a couple songs and I heard her sing, the songs that obviously had Chester in them.
Yeah,
I'm just like, this sounds so bad. It sounds like a person singing Linkin Park songs in karaoke. I'm sorry, I have to say it. And the thing, but now I didn't know there was more. Okay, so like I said. I thought that would be it. There's a whole lot more because there was stuff about her being involved with the Church of Scientology, which I'm gonna tell you guys, I had no clue that thing existed. I didn't even know what the fuck was that at first, and I'm like, oh my god, I dug deep into the rabbit hole, and I also know that people were saying that she backed up Danny Masterson, which I did not know that was due to the whole Scientology thing. I was like.
Well, so they were friends. They had been friends. They met at Scientology stuff.
Of course. I mean, that's the thing. Like I said, I was like, wow, I did not know this went deeper than that.
Well, I think there's 2 components to this, right? There is the component of, she's okay. First of all, like she's okay. I saw the full live stream as well. And I only
watched clips of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched clips that were being shared on the internet. I'm just like...
Well, another thing that, people found out, this was not disclosed, that they were playing a step down because I think, a lot of people will do that when a singer, Dave Mustaine, they used to play in E standard. Now they play in D standard. So Dave is just old and can't do it as well as he used to. However, when they did this, it's quite obvious they did it because she can't hit the same kind of notes that Chester does. So that's the beginning. And yes, you're right. It was very much like karaoke.
I mean, look, I don't mean, like I said, I don't mean to be bogus, but I'm like, man, this sounds bad. I don't know. I think it was bad. And I never heard of her before up until now. And I'm like,
but there's so much drama even with that.
A lot of drama followed with that.
The brother thing. There's the mom thing, The brother came out first and was like, how dare you try to erase my brother's legacy? And
isn't it his father?
Or sorry, father. You're right. It was his father, son. And then his mother came and said whatever.
So his mother said, stepped in, but his son was the one who was talking about it. But apparently, he also has a no contact order from his own family members. That's another can of worms.
That's another thing.
That's another thing I've heard about. I didn't look too deep into it because shortly after that was unfolding, you had Dave Grohl being exposed for cheating on his wife.
Oh, but all right, we'll get into that next. But so. Yeah, the son thing happened. No one gave a shit. They're like, shut up. You loser. What are you even doing? We don't even know because you're not a legend.
No, and I heard he has like mental issues as well. From what I said, I haven't dug
the internet.
The internet
was like, why don't you throw yourself off a cliff?
Okay, but that's just terrible. Because considering how his father went down, it's like, okay.
And then the mom said her piece. So they never addressed any of that. The thing was the second thing, like you said, it was the Danny Masterson stuff. She apologized about that, which is kind of weird because
I thought it was. I don't think it was an apology. It was her addressing it. But I thought it was. Personally, here's the thing, because I also heard. Another thing is that she was one of the people that backed one of the victims of Danny Masterson in the elevator. They cornered them, yelling at them, berating them.
Well, here's the thing. At this point, everybody knows about this. Yeah. We are late.
So the reason I knew about the whole Danny Masterson, and like I said, I didn't look into the Scientology aspect, but I knew that there was people that were sending letters, to the judge to convince him to not, find him guilty. But I know she was one of them. I know there was like a lot of people that were being clowned on for doing that as well. And I was like, well, you backed up a terrible man. So yeah, you were a piece of shit.
Well, here's the thing about that. It's like, the example I give is when Decapitated was put in prison because some chick just lied and claimed that there is a difference.
Well, yeah, like I said, but there's a difference between that and this. I mean, that was years like. Basically, that was like evidence that was being compiled for years.
Well,
from what I've heard, I think it was, but
it was definitely like I mean, Danny Masterson didn't immediately get thrown in prison.
He didn't immediately get thrown in prison, but I mean, yeah, I would say those are like sort of two different things.
Well,
obviously,
the comparison I'm making is because me as a person, when that happened, I was like. Absolutely not. I'm like, I love Decapitated, and I know they're all family. They all have families. Like the idea that all of them would just, like, get over here, get in the van, and all take turns on this chick. Like the idea was laughable to me. However, I also thought the same thing when the whole Danny Masterson thing came out, because I was like, anybody can say anything. The thing is, you're innocent until proven guilty,
no, of course, it should be that,
The thing is, how do you react after that, So she apologized, and she apologized a long time ago. She only did this again because she's famous now, She's the singer of Linkin Park now. So immediately, because everybody on the internet is incredibly autistic and, like, goes in and digs everything about a person's life, they found that immediately, and they're like, hey, we hate you now, so what are you gonna do about that?
So I think the reason but I also think the reason that happened was due to the vocalist of the Mars Volta actively I think that, so it wasn't that they automatically looked into it people were obviously they had to look into it because of the fact that he was the most vocal, and I think his wife was one of the victims too, wasn't she? Yeah. So his wife was one of the victims, and he was the very extremely vocal online about it. So obviously people are gonna be like, okay, so what's? I mean, I saw this, and like I said, coming from an outsider, I'm just like, okay, what the fuck is going on? What's the fuss about it? Like, is it because of the fact that, you know, I'm like, okay, it didn't sound great, but I'm like, now people are looking into this, and I'm like, oh my God, this is wild.
Well, with the Linkin Park thing, it's like, okay, she said what she had to say, regardless of whether you believe it or not. She's moving on. The thing that, you know, obviously stinks no matter what is that she never said anything about the Scientology stuff. You know?
I don't think she can, because apparently
the church will come after her.
From what I've heard, the people who have spoken out against them, bad things happen to them, or either them or their families. So,
but one thing is basically confirmed: she is clearly still a member of the Church of Scientology. If she's not, you know, vocal in any way, shape, or form about it.
And then, like I said, following up, because that was a whole week, and then after that week, you had post about Dave Grohl admitting that he had a kid outside of his marriage, and I'm like, what? And then, you know, that one, I'm like, no way. And first they were saying that it was, or they were trying to say that it was fake, but it ended up being true, and I think it was with a porn star too. From what I heard, I didn't quite look into this, but the memes were hilarious. People were going like, I guess he was a pretender all along. And then there was also, you know, I guess that had a massive ripple effect, because they had a bunch of shows that they were playing, and they had to pull out of them. I was like, yeah, none of that would have happened had you pulled out, huh, Dave? It's just, like, here's the thing.
Amazing.
It's insane. Like, I was like, whoa.
Well, first of all, it's hilarious that Dave Grohl just went and did all this before, you know, people found out, and basically he was held to the gallows.
The thing is, everyone's going to find out regardless. If he didn't speak up.
But no, that's what I'm saying.
Word was going to get out.
It was good that he did that.
It was good that he did that, but I'm like, it was still going to have the same ripple effect. Only it probably would have been a million times worse had he stayed silent, but
another thing is, if you didn't know this already, Brian, Dave Grohl is notorious for cheating on his partners, and
I mean, I've heard that too. So I was just like,
the people that are upset, like genuinely upset about it, you're not paying attention.
I've never, so like I said, I've known about it. I was not upset. I was more like laughing. I was like, wow,
the memes were fantastic.
The memes were fantastic. I've seen so many. Yeah. But yeah, it was just like, man, this is...
so much stuff has happened.
He got crucified on the last internet, 2 months, literally.
You know, because, you know, like, you know...
We go on a hiatus and the internet breaks, guys.
Exactly. You know, there was we were talking about Magic. There was that whole Magic debacle, you know.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to, you know...
No, I mean, long story short, 4 cards in the format got banned, and people started threatening the ones that were behind it, and now Wizards of the Coast is in charge of that. But yeah, that's that was that massive debacle too. But yeah, like a lot of stuff was just unfolding, drama after drama, and
dude, so much stuff randomly happening, you know.
It's the floodgates have opened, you know. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, recently, I don't know if you saw that Jack Doherty kid. He crashed his McLaren in the highway.
No.
He's some kid who's a public nuisance on the internet, would stream himself bugging people and have his security guards back him up when they're trying to fight him. But he crashed his car. He was texting while driving. But that's another thing that was going on. And that was actually last weekend. But, yeah, I mean, that was pretty much... I mean, that's pretty much it. You know, we had Linkin Park drama, new releases, Dave Grohl not pulling out.
This is funny, man.
It's funny. It's hilarious. But I think it's time we go into our next segment. New guest. Who this? Cutting.
Who this?
Cutting mic.
Well, here we are with another goddamn new guest. Who dis?
Coming back from a hiatus.
Yeah, or we didn't do one episode hiatus. But Brian, Who the hell are we talking to right now?
We're talking to Anomaly.
Woo!
What the fuck is up?
Hey, what's going on,
Hi,
guys?
everybody.
What's going on?
I don't know why, but that guy behind Chris almost looks like VP from First Step to Glory.
No, that is. Hey, no, we got a little bit of first step right here with us, you know.
First.
Hey,
We got celebrity here.
Hey,
Hey, we all have a little bit of first step in all of us, you know.
hey, my parlay is looking really good because we went the first 10 seconds mentioning First Up to Glory. So keep it going,
There
man.
you go. Yeah.
gotta shout out the boys, you know.
Plug.
Plug everything. Anyways, how you guys been? What y'all been up to these past couple of months?
We've been pretty good. We just recently finished the 3-song EP, which took a while, but it was a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of back and forth. So we felt pretty good about it. Some ups and downs, but overall we're pretty satisfied. And now I guess we could say we're working on the next material.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I've actually got to listen to it. It's that shit's killer. When you were sending me the Google Drive files, for some reason it would say that it couldn't play them, but I thought it was maybe because of my signal. Because like normally when you were messaging me, I was on the road, and sometimes like my signal will either like cooperate or not. So I'm like, oh, I can't listen to it right now.
Yeah, you're not the only one. Like I know Google Drive has I don't know It's like a baby. It'll work when it wants to work. Because I know Javi sends me a lot of OneDrive stuff, and it's just it works all the time. It's just your phone has to go through a stutter phase of pages to go
Sign
through.
in.
Sign in.
What the hell?
Password reset.
Give people access.
You are speaking my language. I use Google Drive so much for this show and just. Oh, man. Trying to manage access to somebody and being like, all right, I made it public. Here's the link. And they're like, I can't access the link. I'm like, I just made it public.
Yeah.
You should be able to access the link.
I still can't access it.
Can't even make him editor and it still won't even go in.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus
my God. That's another issue with it.
Well, so question, with your 3-song EP, is it self-produced or did you guys record with somebody?
So we recorded everything in-house. So we got 2 studios. We got this is studio number 1, and then at my house it's studio number 2 or 1. I forgot the number I just said.
Does it have is the song included in that studio as well?
Yeah. And so I basically recorded everything. So the guitars are the only things that are actually real. The bass and the drums are all MIDI, but the ambient and all that, it's all guitars. It's plugins and stuff like that. But our mix and masters from our boy Connor Hillman, which we shout out a lot because he's actually a pretty important integral part of our band. Because if it wasn't for him, our sound would not be the sound that it is now. So I wish he was here, but unfortunately he's working. But we the story is with Anomaly is that me and Connor just somehow found each other on Instagram, and I always loved the way he self-produced his own stuff, and it was a dream for me to be like, man, dude, I would wish for you to produce one of my songs, because I was a solo artist at the time. And then that's when me and Javi got together. We just sneezed at the we just do bass, let's do something, and then here we are.
Yeah, it took a while to get to this point. Me and Chris, we've been playing for years, and for us, we wanted to always do music, but it was getting a little hard to try and always try to link up, and obviously how life gets in the way sometimes, and once I ended up getting a house, I was like, man, you know what, now I have my own space, now we could do our own thing. And we got together and he put me on a recording path. I was never really a digital guy. I was always the type of guy to plug into the amp and really try to feel out the sound through that. And he approached it very differently for me. And I was like, man, you know what, let's go for it. And we did it. And, to this day, we're just continuously writing music left and right. I mean, it's easy to write to your own stuff. Obviously with drums and everything, if you're capable of doing that, but to really make it sound realistic, obviously we needed an outside source, and our producer was really good at knowing what our sound was going to be like, and he just nailed it to a T. And hopefully the next album that we're gonna create is gonna have an even better sound than what the first 3 songs for the EP was, because that was really our first take at, like, actually getting in and recording songs, properly, and doing, like, dry tracking, sending it, all that stuff. Like, it was brand new to us, so it's been a journey, but it's fun, man. It's been really good. And then we got Victor here, who obviously you guys know, and he's my family. And I approached him with it. I was like, man, you know what, dude, like, we need a bassist. I know, my cousin's always been playing bass for a long time, so I was like, man, you know what, dude, can you help us out? And even though the first 3 songs, again, like, those are all digital bass, I told Victor, I was like, man, you know what, maybe, later on down the line, we could go back on those songs that we did, and we could actually include both him and our drummer, because our drummer is new too. So I'll let you guys, explain how you guys got in. Yeah.
So, like, I've been playing bass for a while and left the scene for some years and had family and stuff, and very blessed to do that. And I came back and reconnected with my cousin, and we've always bonded together since we were kids. And just putting him onto music, and it's like I lit the wick of a firework. And from there, he honestly took off and exploded with Chris. And very proud of him, man. Very proud of both of them. And it was an honor for them to ask me to join. And just the style, man, I just fell in love with it. So new to me, and I was up for a challenge because some of the picking patterns and stuff could be a little bit challenging, and I wanted to learn it, but also throw in my own touch to it, because, like I said, I love playing bass so much, and I feel like I had something to offer. Even though you face those challenges when you're learning something new, and I'm always up for a good challenge, man. And I'm still challenging myself, and I want to show these guys that I want to bring their image that they're showing me to life, and with the bass, I feel like definitely I want to help them as much as I can, and look forward to the new stuff for sure. And then going back to the songs as well, I've learned some of the new songs, and I have some really good ideas to add to the bass and stuff. So keep an eye out pretty soon.
Definitely. It's crazy. I never saw you as a bassist. Well, I think I've only seen you as a vocalist. It wasn't until I think it was Water Guns in August, and I was like, oh shit, you play bass too?
Yeah.
By surprise, I was like, oh shit. And then
more comfortable playing bass, to be honest. So as a front man, I get a little nervous. I see the crowd, I'm like, oh shit, everybody's looking at me, oh crap. I'm like, oh man, but I love music so much, man, and I can't stop, man. Whatever it is, I'm always down to play music, because it's just more than music to me. It's just a feel, and just with great people around you, especially family and new family, man, and getting to know Dan is great group of guys, man, and I'm very honored and very blessed to be here right now.
Sounds like you guys have a lot of great chemistry going on. That's good. That's always good.
Yeah.
Well,
me, I've been playing drums for like about 10 years. It would be this year. I started playing when I was 17. I was in high school. I've always been in and out of the scene. I never could really, find the right band. I've been in a bunch of bands. I've been in Theological. I've been in Blood Runner. Right now I'm in another band called Baphomet. I'm with these guys. I've played for Backlash, and I play for another few bands but yeah, I've been in the music scene for a while, and these guys approached me on Instagram because I post drumming reels here and there, and Chris approached me and he was like, hey dude, I really like your drumming, and we kind of want to get out of doing all the drums just MIDI, and we want to have like a more real drummer touch to the songs. So yeah, that's when they hit me up, and that's why I'm here.
That's awesome. So earlier when you said you didn't have real bass or drums, obviously I get the drums part. You just load up Superior Drummer or Ease Drums or whatever you're using. But what were you doing for bass then? Was it AI bass plugin or anything like that, or?
No, so I use the Submission Audio Umansky bass.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got that one. I just recently acquired the Gen Bass 3 because it's got because the Umansky is all like finger picking, and the Gen Bass is they have the finger picking, and then they got the with the actual pick, which okay. Side by side, there's really, you get more attack of the bass, but I still like the Umansky. It's tomato. I kind of feel like you know, right now where we're at with technology as far as plugins, everything's sounding the same. You know,
Yeah,
like
it's getting a lot better. Is Imansky the one plugin that was promoted? I think by the basis of Job for a Cowboy, I'm assuming, or is that
no,
right?
that's the shin bass one.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, shin
Oh,
bass.
okay.
Yeah, no, that was pretty good too. But I mean, for our style, I kind of thought Umansky was better. You know, like a lot of people, like you know, I mean, it really depends what side of the spectrum you're on. Like people are like, oh, just get a real bass. I'm like, dude, like to drop tune to the tuning that we use, you need like a legit like working workhorse of a bass, and it's just like, dude, I'd rather spend the 160 and just do it myself. You know.
Well, so tackling something you said earlier with, just the fact where we are with technology, it's incredible. Like even for this show, like, we always start off with the riff challenge. We're like, all right, let's just create something out of thin air, essentially. And I don't know if that would be even close to possible if I didn't have fake drums, or if I didn't have like, I've got like my computer right under it is a Line 6 Pod XT, which is I use that for, if you've ever heard any guitar, well, I mean, Brian also records with his stuff as well, but any guitar that I've written comes through this thing. And it sounds awesome, and I've never heard anybody complain about it sounding "quote unquote" fake or anything like that.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, I think to that point, from what because I own the Axe and I've owned like other Line 6 products, and going back like way before any of our favorite bands are well known now, like Monuments, even like Sugar, they use Line 6 Pod XTs all the time, and like. Yeah. And I know, like, my favorite Thaw band, which is Vilde Jarda and, like, Humanity's Last Breath, they use the pod, the Red Bean. And I know, yeah, so it's like one specific amp. I think it's called Big Bottom, I think is what they called it. And so, like, honestly, like, if you're running a Line 6 Pod XT, you can just run that into, like a cab IR, and that would change the sound dramatically, because it's really the cab that gives you the sound, and 95% of it is really your guitar playing. But I've seen people with even with the Line 6 Pod HD 500, like they come out with some serious tones.
Oh yeah, well, like me and Brian, we both have Helixes, and obviously the technology is way better than what I'm actually running down there, but holy crap, it still sounds great. And that's what I'm saying, is like technology has become so awesome. And we were complaining about Google Drive earlier, but
it's awesome when it works, but when it doesn't, it's
the fact that we could record our parts and then send them to each other and then send it to a guy to be mastered, it's pretty awesome, to say the least, that
it is.
We live in this beautiful, beautiful age of technology.
I mean, it's
like
more accessible. So
I mean, like, I know for us, like for like this whole EP, like I think the biggest part that was like the biggest con was the MIDI drums, because like sending like files back and forth, like I think with Eva was probably like the song that had the most problems, only for the fact that we would send the MIDI, and then Connor would send it to us and like, hey, the drums on this part's wrong.
Yeah.
And then he'll fix it, but then on another section it'll be wrong, to the point where he had to send me his drum map. I had to redo it, basically copy and paste, but that still takes time.
Yeah.
Then we send it back to him, and then he's like, all right, I think I got it. Send it back to us, like, no, it's still off, and it's just like, dude, it is like we went back and forth so many times where like I think the final one where it's just like, dude, please let it be it. It was it. And dude, thank God, dude. Like, it was a nightmare, but at the end, it was worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could be nightmaric. When things go right, it's awesome. But when it's not, it can be a hell of a headache. I definitely can share that sentiment. I was gonna say, how would you guys describe, your genre? Pretend he's an old lady.
Pretend I'm an old lady. I'm like, oh, hello, youngsters.
Well, honestly.
All right, here we are from New Guess Who Dis. Yeah, you know it, you love it on the spooky edition of New Guess Who Dis.
Yeah, we had an anomaly. Okay, that was a bad joke. Yeah, shout out to the boys in Anomaly for being a part of this. We've been discussing, on who should be the next guest, and well, Chris reached out, and I was like, yeah, sure. We don't got anyone for October. Plus, we went on a hiatus.
Yeah, I remember we tried to get him on a while ago, but at the time, I don't think they had much going on, right?
Yeah,
but
I think so, around there.
We had him on. It was a good interview, hopefully.
That was a smacking interview. God damn it, Mike.
Breaking the suspense of illusion.
The
fourth wall of podcasting.
The fourth wall.
But yeah, go check them out, guys. And support all of the bands that we've been talking about. Support Dismalimerance. Support Alenia.
Keep memeing on Dave Grohl.
Keep memeing on Dave Grohl. Exactly.
But yeah, no. Also, just a quick thank you guys for supporting the content we've been putting up.
Oh, dude, I haven't even talked about this.
Yeah, the way to go, Mike.
So we we released a brand new show. Well, now it's not so brand new because we've been pumping out episodes. But here in the Shreddy Bois universe, we have been releasing new episodes of Merciful Plate. So as it stands, there's 2 episodes right now. In this time, this Monday, we'll be releasing another episode. So you guys have been supporting it. Yeah. You guys have been supporting it pretty hardcore, may I add. Like it's doing a lot better than we thought, and we are extremely grateful that you guys enjoy it. So
thank you so much. Hope you guys like the next one, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe
because it really helps the channel. Guys, have a good Halloween.
Have a happy Halloween. Month. Check your candy. Make sure you check your candy for razor blades, fentanyl,
ecstasy, baby.
Ecstasy. Okay, that's a little too saucy. Anyway.
But yeah, that's it.
That's it. Get out of here. Get out of my house. Don't be asking me for candy. Get out of here.
Get out of my house. I like that.
Get out of my lawn.
Bye.
Bye.
Warriors of